I think we are in for a future that will not need as many lawyers as we have now. I think there are going to be quite a few law firms that are making a killing right now that are not going to be making a killing in the future, because I think AI is going to disrupt our industry quite a bit. Now, why do I say that? There's lots of reasons why I say that, and some of you are going to celebrate, and maybe the world will be better off with fewer lawyers. It's interesting that AI thinks differently than we humans. And when you look at the law and you look at how we lawyers compute the law and come out with an output, what we don't realize is these LLMs are thinking about things in a different way. And that can be good and that can be bad, but sometimes we can't even look into the machine to see how they are thinking about it. And there are lots of examples of this. One recent example was where you take some dermatologists, right? And the dermatologists are trying to find like melanoma, they're trying to find cancer. And they're looking at their little spot, right? And they're like, well, this spot is so big and I can feel it. It's above the skin a little bit. It's either hard or soft. It moves around in a certain way. It's got a little rim around it. It's a certain color. Therefore, we're going to send this off to the lab and see whether it's cancerous or not, right? And they've got all these factors. Let's say a dermatologist has 20 factors that they're going to go through to figure out this situation. Well, they've done the same thing with AI, where they have taken 100,000 pictures of spots on people's skin, and then they've fed the AI the results of, well, out of those 100,000 pics, here are the ones that came back cancerous. And now this machine is able to determine with greater accuracy than a dermatologist whether or not these particular things are cancerous. And they didn't think about it in the way that the dermatologist did. Well, how does it feel? How much is it above the skin? What's the movement of the little skin thing like? All that. It didn't have to do any of the things. It came to an accurate conclusion, but in a different way than a dermatologist. We're seeing AI think in different ways. AI was given a whole bunch of retina eyeball pictures, and apparently ophthalmologists can't look at a picture of an eyeball and say that's a woman's eye or that's a man's eye. They can't do it. And all of a sudden AI started saying, well, that is a man eye and that's a woman eye. And our scientists don't even know how to make that determination, and yet AI is telling them with pretty good accuracy, oh no, that's a man's eye or that's a woman's eye. So it's kind of weird how it can even come to some conclusions we didn't tell it to come to, and we don't know how it figured that out because we can't differentiate these things scientifically. So there are some interesting thought patterns going on here that are not of human origin, let's say, and some of it's not even visible to us. We know that there have been incidents where these big LLM companies have had to unplug the little chat bot, right? Because they are finding that they're chatting with each other and they're making up their own language as they talk to each other, and they won't tell the programmers how to decipher their language, and they won't tell the programmers what they're talking about to each other in their own little language. So there's lots of weird things going on. It's very interesting to me. It is definitely impacting my field of law. I love it personally. I love it. I think it's a great tool. I'm all for it. But a lot of my colleagues, they are not going to do well when this thing gets better. It is going to be very difficult for some lawyers when this thing gets better. But I love it. I think it's great. And that's my 2 cents for today.